Pages, 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 an update and cover dilemmas. Hello and welcome back to my writing journey. Today I'm giving everybody an update on what I've been up to, where I am, have I made any progress, and I have to say I'm behind my original plan that I formulated sometime last year, but I'm feeling very good about where I am at right now. I've mentioned that over the past year, a recurring family crisis threatened to derail us, me. It wasn't in my immediate family, no, my sisters and my brother, they're all fine. But that series of crises kept me from being able to concentrate until I realized that the crisis never knocked at the door until afternoon, after 12 o'clock. Then, at the same time, I decided to start my writing much earlier in the day. I used to be an afternoon writer, and I joined a Zoom writing group that began at 10. Changing my schedule and being really stubborn and protecting my time has made all of the difference. So where am I at? I have pages at progress and covers on my mind. First of all, I finished the third draft of CROOK Tales for Two, and I've gone over nearly 400 pages of edits with my editor, Bob. We sat side by side, going through the edits page by page and line by line. So at this step, the next step is the final polish and then proofing it. So I have a couple of small ideas I will incorporate into the final draft. And then there's obviously the question, how soon will it be a book? I'm not sure. It depends on a lot of things. I have to determine how I want to publish this book. Would I even consider approaching a publisher? And I would consider it, but it might take too much time. And then they might not like my ideas for the cover, and they might not like my idea for the title. And I generally am wed to my title ideas, my titles and my covers, and I am always prepared to fight for them. I also want to report that we have revised and edited Death on Heels. The files are ready to go. We simply lack the cover images, and we are going to be looking for that. As soon as we find the right cover image, we will go forward. And then I guess I can tell you that how we have gone about doing our covers. Most of the covers, we have used a Shutterstock image, such as this one. And I wanted a dramatic change from the mass market paperbacks as I reissue the entire backlist of my books. This is a pretty good cover. By the time I was writing the later books, I could communicate with the artist who always paid attention to my ideas. But I am really over this type of cartoon image. When we redid the books, we wanted a really graphic image that would grab your eye. So that's what we did. However, we've used Shutterstock images for most of the books, but there have been a couple of occasions where we had to stage our own photo shoot. This is a cemetery angel wearing a Santa cap. We researched cemeteries and whether we could go take pictures of angels, and that was okay, but they wouldn't let us put a Santa cap on an angel. So we found this angel in an antique store and put him among the leaves and greenery in our backyard and shot the Santa cap on it. I think this captures the mood of the book. It's a Christmas mystery involving children, and I love this cover. So that's kind of where we are. So now I have CROOK Tales for Two, and I am looking for a beautiful cover image. In this event, we don't really want a photograph because it's sort of more magical than a photograph, and I want it to evoke a feeling, but I don't want a cartoon image. I want the feeling of, say, an early 30s magazine cover, something that makes you want to go in. Not exactly this, but this is the idea of having a beautiful illustration and drawing you into the book, into the illustration. That's what we're looking for right now. And as an example, I'll tell you how we go about it. Bob designs the cover of the book after we find the image. This image for The Mask of the Red Dress, I love it because it practically dares you to look at the book, and I love that about it. It won't let you look away. in my opinion. But it took a long time to figure out how much of the image we would use. A lot of times we'll buy a photograph and we will use that image, but we will only use a very small portion of the image. I have been flattered. People ask if it's me. It is not, but I find that very flattering, so thank you. All you people who think the cover image is me. But I love it. It draws you in. But we had a lot of trouble. Well, not trouble. We had a creative opportunity about where you put the text, and you think that that is a simple idea. We had it at the top, we had it at the bottom, and finally I said I want it to wrap. I want it to wrap around her face, and then that makes you look forward into the eyes of the cover. So it's really a much bigger decision than you might think to get a cover for your book. I am looking at some artists right now. I don't know whether I will have information for you next time, but I love it. I want a picture that is a discrete image, that it is bold enough to catch your eye, that you can see it in a thumbnail image if you need to see it online, and it needs to really be dynamic even though we know it's a still shot. I guess that's all. Just looking for that beautiful shot. Wish me well. Hopefully we'll soon have news of the cover for Death on Heels and when that will be published, and it will be coming out in August, and then hopefully news about an artist and an image that we're doing for CROOK Tales for Two. That's my update, and I'll talk to you next week. Bye.